Hello and welcome to the Back to Life 5-Minute Workshop series. We are on the Think Well workshop and we just finished up the end of the last one, and so we're starting all over. So let's get our timer going on. Remember, these workshops are to keep you motivated and on track. So what we've noticed is people are so busy nowadays that we're just trying, there's certain things that you just need to do that keep you healthy, and so we're just going over them and over them again. And so hopefully you just stay motivated and create a habit. And then, but the main thing is, even if you have a habit, you still need to stay motivated. So let's get our timer up. Problems with the timer here. Here we go. There we go. So Think Well, Emotional Journey to Wellness, Dr. Mark Schuler. That's me. Think Well. Please provide us with your email if you have not already, so you can forward any information, request, and updated you on upcoming events. So, but if you go back to lifechiropracticky.com, there's the Back to Life system that has every single thing that you need to do to be healthy. It has the score sheets, has the cheat sheets. If you email us and you want a heart math certificate, figure out what the heart math does later on in the Think Well. So what does this plant require? Clean water, sunlight, nutrient-rich soil. What does the body require? Proper nutrition, proper movement, exercise, and proper thoughts. Now, a lot of people forget the triad of health: physical, chemical, emotional. So one is thoughts. So that's why we started the Eat Well, Move Well, Think Well video shops. So why Think Well? So, research shows optimists live longer. So always expecting the worst was linked to 25% increased risk of death before the age of 65 in a study of 1,500 people followed since the 1920s. Those classified as very happy have 55% fewer deaths from all the causes and 23% less heart problems than those considered pessimistic. So on average, the optimists who looked at the age as a positive thing lived about 7.5 years longer. So that's a very significant study. Excuse me. Studies show that stress can be a stronger predictor of dying than medical indicators such as high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or high triglycerides, according to the British Medical Journal. Another article showed that depression hastens heart disease. They found that inflammatory chemicals that inflames the heart of the blood vessel. This chemical is present twice as much in depressed subjects. Again, your thinking affects your physiology. As you think, so shall you be. Dr. Hammer, famous cancer researcher, states, I went looking for cancer in all the body cells and found it in the form of wrong coding in the brain. He concluded any cancer starts when an emotional trauma occurs. The strongest predictor of which men could get cancer decades later turned out to be not to be smoking or obesity, but rather the lack of a close relationship with their fathers 50 years before. That was a Johns Hopkins Medical Journal, 1974. Lack of emotional support was a greater risk factor for disease and death than smoking. So, this is all pretty significant research that should make you want to start thinking well. A study found that those men who reported being under serious emotional stress at the time of their initial exam, who were experiencing financial troubles, feeling insecure at work, defending illegal action, or going through a divorce, had more than triple the risk of dying during the 7 years following the initial exam. Being under these kinds of stresses at the beginning of the study turned out to be a stronger predictor of dying within the ensuing 7 years than the medical indicators such as high blood pressure, high concentration of blood, triglycerides, or high serum cholesterol levels. So Dean Ornish describes reviewing the scientific literature as was amazed by what a powerful difference love and relationships make on the incidence of disease and premature death. I am not aware of any other factor, not diet, not smoking, not exercise, not stress, not genetics, not drugs, not surgery, that has a greater impact of our quality of life incidence of illness and premature death from all causes. So recent studies show that multiple stressful experiences in childhood create an increased risk of chronic back pain later in life. Again, chronic stress leads to physical symptoms. Maintain regular adjustments and have your children checked. Clinical Journal of Pain. So the subconscious mind. So your thoughts affect your physiology. Like health equals homeostasis, the mind is like a fertile soil. Whatever man soweth that shall he also reap. The subconscious mind. Stress physiology is the perfect response to emotions of stress, fear, anxiety, worry, guilt, anger equals, that's your survival. Stress doesn't even need to be a real threat. It could be something like you're just, werewolves or something like that. So it can't even be a real threat from memory. It's perfectly either to the way God made you or to the interference you put there through the way you eat, move, and think. This means that disease is a perfect response to interference. You can fight the disease or remove the interference. So I think we'll get into this next time, but this is one of the really cool research projects that just shows that positive empowering thoughts originate from your brain, from the left prefrontal cortex. So and negative anxious thoughts originate from the right. And so what they found out is that even if you stopped thinking negative, like, I'm not going to think negative anymore, it'll keep firing and firing until you actually say the opposite. And so one of the things you'll want to do is read your affirmations, which is in the Back to Life Transformation Journal. You get off the website, and then and then we have the journal that you can do, but you just need to start doing things that may actually make you think and change your physiology of your minds to make you positive and then decrease the risk factors that we just went through. And then we'll talk about more of that. But this is the end. Our 5 minutes is up.